How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than the norm. You know, my channel is very versatile. I talk about a lot of outdoor gear, a lot of weaponry and survival gear. But from time to time, I like to change gears a little bit and pour into my audience and not just talk about products. In this video, I'm going to hit the river trail. I'm going to take my Slingshots with me. And I want to share some encouraging words with you, especially if you feel like an underdog in life. And if you feel like an underdog, this video is most definitely for you. Stick around. What do you say we start this trip with a nice Irish cream cold brew? Along with some slingshot shooting out here on the river trail, I want to give my underdogs out here 3 motivational words of encouragement. First off, what is an underdog? An underdog can be a lot of things. It can be somebody who feels marginalized in society, unnoticed by other people. It could have something to do with your upbringing, your family status, who you might be in a community, what others think about you, or what you might think about yourself. There are times when people really are underdogs, depending upon their background and where they come from and the situation that they're in. Some people just make themselves underdogs because they maybe don't have the confidence that they need. I want to help all of these people today. First thing I want to say is that the underdog must learn to rely on their work ethic and not the validation of other people. People will respond to feeling like an underdog in several ways. Some people will take the victim personality and say things like, nobody notices me, nobody gives me a chance, nobody recognizes who I am or what I can do, and they develop this victim mentality. That's absolutely the mentality you don't want to be in if you feel like an underdog. The next step up from that is a little healthier, but it's not the healthiest of mentalities, and that is the I'll show everyone mentality. Y'all think I'm an underdog? You think I'm not good enough? I'll show you. I'll prove to you that I'm more than what you think I am. And in most cases, people like that end up proving to everyone that they're more than everyone thinks they are, but they're still avoiding them afterwards, and it still doesn't satisfy what they're feeling inside. And that way of thinking still proves that there's a part of them that longs for validation. So many people have reached places in life that nobody thought they could reach, but nobody really cared, or at least it didn't seem that way. I think the healthiest way of dealing with the underdog mentality in people is to just let your work ethic speak for itself. Don't depend on the validation of other people. Appreciate whatever compliment you get, appreciate whatever kind words come your way, but don't live by that. If you live by the approval of other people, you will die by their criticism. Let your work ethic speak for itself and watch what happens. Now, in between each statement, we're going to take a shot, and it's time to take a break and pull out the slings. And yes, you can bust cans with very light bands and clay ammo, and that's pretty much all I use when I'm out here. Number 2, remember this. Nobody in this world has the privilege of knowing you more than you know yourself. It's not you versus what everybody thinks about you. It's you versus you. Nobody gets to know your motives or intentions more than you do. And no matter how much they try, they don't have you figured out. So quit worrying about what everybody else thinks. Just make sure you're thinking the right thoughts. Number 3, you really gotta want it, and life is not gonna hand it to you. You may be thinking, well, life handed it to other people. The thing is, I'm not so sure they're better off because of that. You might be able to get to a certain place in life because of a handout, but it's good character, experience, and integrity that'll keep you there. If you're looking for a quick fix, abandon that mentality altogether. Life is a marathon, things take time, and it must become a lifestyle. Always remember that it's what we're doing consistently is what's going to help us or hurt us in the long run. Hardly nobody arrives at a destination overnight. Life is always going to be seed, time, and harvest. We're always going to reap what we sow. If you're planting good seeds, if you're planning for a good harvest, if you're putting in the work, Man's opinion of you is going to mean very little in the grand scheme of things. The seeds you plant is going to be the harvest you receive. Will there be people to celebrate your successes? Yeah, there's going to be some people out there that's going to celebrate your successes. But just let that be gravy. Don't let that be what drives you. My motivation in life is to please my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and to be strong and healthy for my family and my fellow man. I want all the compliments and the accolades to just be a testimony of how I have maybe added value to someone else's life. How you like what I did to my sparrow? Man, I slapped some hockey tape on that sparrow and gave it a ninja design. In this conclusion, I just want to say to you, maybe you feel like an underdog, and maybe you feel like you've got nothing left, nothing to contribute. Well, I'm here to tell you that your life matters and that you do have a purpose. And I want to encourage you to get out there and go for it. Take these things that I've said into consideration and get out there and start kicking some tail. Don't let this world sell you on its hopeless message. And don't let this dog-eat-dog society drag you into a rat race. You may be an underdog in your own eyes, and you may even be an underdog in the eyes of other people, but there's something locked up on the inside of you that none of you will be able to deny when you get out there and put it to good use. God bless you and take care.